I'm Mike Lizzi. I'm going to talk to you today about premises liability. When speaking about premises liability, we're talking about claims and cases for injuries that result at certain premises. The word premises is defined as an area, location, a land, a building, a property, specifically real property. And real property is synonymous with the word premises. Now, liability arises because of the negligence of the owner of the property or the premises. Now, what are the types of properties that can serve as the setting for a premises liability case? Well, there are many. The more typical are sidewalks, walkways, passageways, in front of, around, or within a property or premises. The premises can be a restaurant, a store, a business, office complex, even an apartment building, or a construction site, or an amusement park, or an entertainment or sports center can be the setting of a premises liability case or claim. So there are many settings, potential settings for a premises liability case. Now, what about events? What kinds of events on properties can give rise to a premises liability case? Well, again, the more typical deal with sidewalks, and we're talking about raised sidewalks and trips and falls on raised sidewalks. We're talking about other structures, objects, things that people trip over. Now, we have also slips and falls, which are on ice, snow, liquids, and food items. Apart from that, you have items that can fall on somebody in a store, such as a sign, or on a construction site, such as a hoist or some other material, even a crane can fall on workers. A person can be at an event and get hit with something, at a sporting event, for example. Someone can trip and fall due to the dangerous or hazardous condition of a set of stairs, an elevator, or an escalator. Likewise, an injury can occur due to the collapse or failure of a set of stairs, an escalator, or an elevator, or any other structure designed to support a person's weight. In short, any event that has a defective or hazardous condition or is marked by some injury-producing event or activity can result in a premises liability claim. What are the duties of an owner with respect to his or her property? The owner is required to exercise reasonable care to keep the property safe, frequently described in a reasonably safe condition. Now, how does the owner do that? The owner does that by taking steps that a reasonable, prudent, ordinary owner would take. And some of those steps, expected and foreseeable and reasonable steps, are to maintain, manage, and inspect property, to check for defective and hazardous conditions, to warn against hazardous conditions. These are basic rules designed to protect and safeguard the public from harm. How does one go prove a premises liability case? Well, frequently that involves the employment of experts who are qualified to give opinions about a given hazard, defect, or an injury-producing event or activity. The expert can express opinions also on the rules, regulations, standards, obligations, and duties imposed on owners and possessors of property as to what they're required to do. These experts will have the knowledge, skill, education, training, and experience to go out and examine the property and even take measurements of the property. But it's also important for the injured parties and their family members and friends to document conditions, dangerous conditions, through photos and videos. Once retained, the attorneys can also go out, and they go out typically with their investigators, to investigate a given hazard or danger or injury-producing event. And they look for witness statements, they gather witness statements, they also look for surveillance videos and take photographs as well. All of these efforts combined are useful in establishing and proving premises liability.